So 4 key themes. This emerged from one of the studies that I cited before that seemed to be really critical in couples reaching a place of forgiveness. And I'm going to take a moment and just talk through these, okay? Talking, truth, trust, and ethical imbalance. So what they mean by talking is we talk about it openly. We talk about it maybe a lot sometimes. There's no, okay, listen, I'll talk to you about it for the next 72 hours and after that we're done. I'm not going back there anymore. Nope, that does not lead to forgiveness. This is an ongoing thing. The nature of the talking changes over time. Often initially, the talking is about what happened. It's about data collection. What happened here? Tell me everything. Where were you? Who was it? How many times? How far did it go? Often this culminates in the experience that I was speaking of just a moment ago of the full disclosure and polygraph process. So we do practically every week here, we do 1, 2, sometimes 3 disclosure intensives a week here at Daring Ventures. We really believe in this process of helping couples put it all out there. It's all there. It's been validated so that the mind can settle. Oh, now I actually know. Because once I have the data itself, then I can move to the next phase of talking. And the next phase of talking is, what does this data mean? What does it mean that this happened? What does it mean that this would happen while we were on our anniversary trip? Or what does it mean that this would happen while I'm still in the hospital right after the birth of our child? What does it mean that you would do this with that person but not with me? Or that you would do this with that person and with me, right? So what does it mean? So the meaning making talking, which is part of grief work. Okay, that's actually a grief work conversation. And then after that, talking about now what? This is part of our story. Now what? What are we going to carry forward out of this? What have we learned? How have we changed? What's never going to be the same again? What do we want in its place? What do I want in its place? So that kind of talking needs to happen. Now, you might be asking, what if my partner left me? What if my partner won't participate? What if I left my partner because I know I just can't go back there? You're still going to need to have these conversations and talk, not necessarily with that person. Conversations are going to look and sound very, very different. Whether it's with a therapist, a coach, a trusted support network, you're still going to have these conversations. So that's talking. Truth. You got to know the data of what happened. That's hopefully the full disclosure with polygraph. But beyond that, there has to be truth moving forward. There has to be an ongoing, rigorous, radical honesty happening. Okay, not brutal honesty, rigorous and radical honesty. There cannot be any more withholding. Truth has to be there. Truth and a growing confidence in that truth is necessary for, number 3, trust. Rebuilding of trust. Trust is, I do what I say I'm going to do. Trust is, there are changed behaviors that you see happening consistently. And when old behaviors pop up, I own it. I am looking for ways to rebuild trust with you. I welcome you giving me your boundaries. I welcome you making your important emotional requests to me. I welcome that because I see that as an opportunity for me to restore trust with you. Ethical imbalance is that we are correcting the injustice in the old relational dynamic. There is an acknowledgement that the scales were wrongly tipped, that you were withholding from me, you had power over me because you were withholding from me, and that there was an ethical imbalance there. There was an imbalance in how all in we both were, how committed we were to this relationship, what I gave versus what you gave, that there was an imbalance in terms of our fidelity to our spoken commitments and agreements about this relationship. And that has to be talked about, that has to be addressed. There has to be a light shine on that. And then there has to be a writing of that. It has to be righted. This is my coaster thing. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, get on YouTube, Google Dr. Jake Porter, Are You on the Coaster? And watch the coaster video, because I'm not going to spend time talking about that now because I've talked extensively about it before. But those four key themes, talking, truth, trust, and ethical imbalance, lead to forgiveness for couples.